Hey everyone, so if you're in Quebec and you've got an old car just sitting there, the one in the driveway that's maybe broken down or just not worth fixing anymore, you've probably asked yourself one really important question when it's time to get rid of it. Well, today we are diving deep to get you that answer. And here it is, the big one. Can I sell my car without the registration here in Quebec? I mean, it seems like a no-brainer, right? It's your car, you should be able to sell it no problem. This question pops up constantly for folks who are just trying to offload an old vehicle. But, well, the answer is a little more complicated than you might expect. Okay, so let's just cut right to the chase. The short, direct answer? It's a big no. At least not legally. You absolutely cannot sell a car in Quebec without the registration papers. And trust me, this isn't just some arbitrary rule. It's a really firm one, and it's there for a super important reason: to protect both you, the seller, and the buyer from a whole lot of headaches down the road. All right, so let's dig into the why behind this. This isn't just the government creating paperwork for fun. The SAAQ, that's the Société de l'Assurance Automobile du Québec, they have this requirement for one simple reason: to prove who legally owns the car. Without that proof, the entire process just stops dead in its tracks. Think of it this way. That registration certificate is like the deed to a house. It's the one official piece of paper that proves the car is actually yours. Without it, how can a buyer be sure you even have the right to sell it? They can't, and the SAAQ definitely can't transfer the ownership. So if you try to sell it anyway, you're going to hit a brick wall. The new person can't register it, and worse, you could still be legally on the hook for that car. Not good. Okay, but what happens if you've looked everywhere and you just can't find it? Does that mean you're stuck with this car forever? Absolutely not. Don't panic. If you're missing the paperwork, there are totally clear, official ways to get everything sorted out. Let's break down the two most common scenarios we see all the time. First, maybe you just plain lost the registration. The fix is super simple. Just go to the SAQ and ask for a replacement. Do this before you try to sell. Easy. Second situation, the car is actually in a family member's name. Well, they are the legal owner, so they have to be there for the sale, with the registration and their photo ID. Simple as that. Now, there is a third situation that's a bit more complicated, and that's when you've inherited a vehicle. If the person whose name is on the registration has passed away, you can't just sell the car. You have to first prove legally that you have the right to sell it. That means you'll need the official estate documents, things like the will or a death certificate, and take those to the SAAQ. They'll transfer the ownership to you, and only then can you go ahead and sell it. All right, so you've jumped through the hoops, you've sorted out the paperwork, and you have that all-important registration document in your hand. Guess what? The hard part is officially over. Now let's talk about the fun part: how easy it is to actually sell the car and get paid. Once you have your papers, using a car recycling service can make things incredibly smooth. Take a service like EcoRecycle, for example. The process is just 4 simple steps. Step 1, you hop online and get an instant quote. Step 2, you book a totally free pickup with a tow truck. Step 3, when they show up, you just present your registration and a matching photo ID. And Step 4, you get paid right then and there. Seriously, it's that easy. Okay, we have covered a ton of ground here, right? From the legal stuff to the simple solutions. So let's do a quick recap of the key takeaways. I want to make sure these points really stick with you. So let's boil it all down. Number 1, that registration document, it is absolutely mandatory to sell a car in Quebec. It's the SAAQ's golden rule for proving ownership. Number 2, the good news is, if you lost it, you can get it replaced. And for cars from family or an estate, there are just a few extra documents needed. And finally, the best part. Once you have those papers ready, the actual sale can be super fast and totally painless. And that's really it. You've done your homework, you know the rules, and you know what you need. So what now? Well, the only thing left is to take that final, easy step and turn that old car into cash. Thanks so much for tuning in.